What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be installing this custom dynamics license plate. I picked it up from Amazon. It was like $40 or so, and I also picked up the 949 Graphics Studio license plate bracket from Etsy, from 949 Graphics Studio. I'll post the links up on there. You guys can check it out. But this is the bracket. I believe it's 3D printed. It looks like it's 3D printed. It does come with the little hardware behind here, the screws that go in there, or bolts, I should say. Now, the Custom Dynamics license plate is lighted, so it does have a light. I'll be removing this one right here, which I definitely do not like the way that this is set up on this CVO. All right, so this bracket right here, it's all together one piece. This is very ugly setup that they did on these 24s. I'm gonna make it more smooth. Small little license plate on the fender, and get rid of this piece right here. So I'm using a T25, should be a 27, I believe. And remove the two bolts that are right here. Take these two off. So once you remove these two, get them loose, the whole bracket is coming off. And then you're gonna have that. This is being held with a wire, so I gotta unplug this. All right, so from underneath the fender, you're gonna have to go underneath and get into this box right here to be able to unplug the wire that's on the other side. So we're gonna be pushing this piece in right here, and once you press it in, it should allow you to pull this apart. So once you do that, the two pieces come apart, and then you got the cover. Take the cover out, and then you're able to access the switch that's here to unplug it. So once you remove this piece, you're gonna be trimming this off, or grinding it down, or somehow cutting this with a Dremel or pliers, however you want. So once you remove this piece, you're gonna also want to cut this original wire off, because you're gonna be using this connection. Is gonna make it an easy, quick connect. So you cut this off, and you're gonna be installing it on your new custom dynamics license plate. So you can either solder it or just tape it up however you like. So yeah, let's get to it. So the process that I'll be using is solder. So I'm going to be soldering the wires right here, and once they're soldered, I have these shrink tubes right here, and then heat them up, keep them intact. So after I use some heat, I shrinked it, and then I also added some black tape over it, just as a precaution. Now let's get this frame back on there. And as far as this piece goes, I just used some wire cutters to trim it. All right, so once that stock piece was trimmed, we put it underneath the fender, do the inside. Can't really see it, but it's back here. And then the frame with the two screws are holding it down. You are not using the washers that were on the original setup. you're just gonna be using the bolts. So once you have these bolts on, basically your frame is locked in. This is the inside of the wire, and the frame is gonna go on over it and connect onto the original plug. So once this goes over it, you are basically done. You are gonna be using the little bolts that were supplied with this bracket. You are not gonna be using the Custom Dynamics license plate supplied hardware. All right, so this is what it looks like after you put the bolts on there and the frame. And if you turn the bike on, you should have some light if you went with the Custom Dynamics that has the integrated LED lights on there. Now this looks badass. Much cleaner setup than the stock one. Really digging this. That's pretty much it. This concludes the installation. Really easy to do. Takes you maybe about 30 minutes to get it all uninstalled and then install it back again. It's holding pretty good in there, so I don't see no problem with this coming off or getting loose. And this is the second mod to my CVO ST that I just picked up last week. Stay tuned, there's gonna be more upgrades.